Hey everybody, coming to you from my secret bunker slash studio again. Got some ideas for you to help you get started with your actual wire project. Now, we did some basic demonstrations before, and I do want to get to actually getting started with the wire project itself. Some ideas, just where to get started, that sort. But I want to do a quick little demo of a good way to work around if you're a little out of practice, like myself, with doing sketches, just so you have a little bit better information and a little bit easier time starting your projects. So let me show you this little setup. And it's a quick little trick, works out really nicely. So my workaround is print up your image and tape it to a window. Now I want to do a hammerhead shark, really distinct features, hammerhead and such. And while my window's over there, this will make for a better display. Now this works really well if you don't or are not working digitally. So if you're working like on a tablet or something like that, well, just print the image and then just do your drawing on a different layer. You can always use a background image from the internet or something just to get started. But let me show you what I got here. So I've got my image on my window, or pane of glass. I'm just going to tape a sheet of paper to it. Same stuff, it's not tracing paper or anything, it's still just printer paper. And ideally at the window, you have like the sun shining through, but my workaround is, hey, a light. That works perfectly well. Now I can trace my drawing from that image. Do that. Draw the important parts in. Omit the stuff that you don't need, like shading and all that, but get the important bits. The fins, the gills, the eyes, the tail, parts. Alright, let me do this real quick. Now I'm not trying to get accurate as possible, but I do want to get the important details in, like how big is the hammerhead versus the body, that sort. And as you can see, my sketch method is really sketchy. Not like creepy, but sketchy as in I do a lot of just quick rough drawings because I'm not trying to make this like super photorealistic. I'm just trying to get this to be the right proportions, where I want them to be, figure out how big the mouth needs to be, maybe figure out how I want to do some of the line work, the wire work for an open mouth, kind of a jagged teeth sort of scene. Maybe some tight weave coils for the eyes, stuff to that effect. So I'm trying to figure out that, as well as what kind of pose I want. So let me just do the last bits on here, and we'll finish that up. That should do it. So, that'll be a good place to start. That'll give me a good idea where I want to go with my drawing, and how I want to start my actual wire work. It's a good scale. Let me take it over to the table. I did these sketches earlier in my sketchbook. They're off of the same image, obviously, and it's the same layout and such. Basically the same drawing. I did add the top view because I wanted to see just how wide the head of the hammerhead shark should be. But one of the big drawbacks is it is not that big. It's too small. This is a good sketch. It works nicely, but it's too small of a sketch. So drawing larger will really help you out when you're translating this to wire, because if it's too small, then it's just going to be a real pain trying to get these wire pieces to work at that scale. Make it bigger. Make it a little bit easier on yourself. This isn't so much to fit the 12-inch square requirement, but it does make it easier on you to work. So, decide how you want to start. Where do you want to start? Just start? Probably a good way. Figure out what you want to do. A couple little design features. Don't worry about those just yet, but just see where your drawings are. And this is going to tell you where your detail should be, but let's figure out how to actually start.